Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Ivy and I'm a makeup artist based in Asaba, Delta State, Nigeria. Today's video is a special one to me. A couple of years ago, I did a beginner's makeup tutorial series, and it's been about 5 or 6 years at this point. And recently, a lot of people have been, coming to me asking for tips, for advice. Oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that, I don't know. I've been getting a lot of that, and so I thought and decided to just come on here and start a beginner series. We are starting today with this beginners eye glam series. It's going to be broken down into 6 parts. We have part A, which we're doing today, and then 5 other parts. So in each part, I'm going to be teaching you something specific. I decided to break it down so that it's easier for you to understand. When you watch the video, you know it's about this. You also have enough time to get your products, your brushes, and all of that good stuff. Let me not just ramble too much. It's a content you like to see, then please keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. It only takes 1 second. Okay guys, so I've been into makeup for a couple of years now, almost 10 years at this point, and it's been a while I've had a makeup class one-on-one, but because as I said in the intro, I've been getting a lot of requests for this, I decided to go on and do this. I did this a couple of years back, but looking back at those videos now, over time my techniques have changed, some tools I use have changed, a couple of things have changed. Part A of or part 1 rather of our beginners eye glam series, we are going to be talking all about the makeup brushes that you are going to be needing for your eye look, any eye look you want to do. These 6 brushes, with these 6 brushes, you can do it. So I will describe each brush to you, tell you what each brush does, and then you can go get yours ahead of the tutorial proper. Okay, the very first brush we have here is a concealer brush. The one I have here is the Morphe M421. What do you do with a concealer brush? Personally, I use a concealer brush to clean up underneath my eyebrow, to pack eyeshadow primer or concealer on my lid, to do a cut crease. I use it for just anything I need to do on the brows, on top of the brows, on the lid. In a pinch, I've even used this to apply glitters on my eye. So you can use, but basically you can use your concealer brush for anything, but basically those are just the things I use it for. Personally, I like concealer brushes that have a curved tip, like it has a curved tip. I don't like angled brushes for cleaning up underneath my brows. I also don't like flat brushes for cleaning up underneath my brows. It's just a personal preference. I would also like to add here that these brushes I am using are based on the kind of eye shape or eye type I have. If you have hooded lids, I will advise you go for those little tiny brushes that have similar shape but will help better with placement. If you have larger lid space, I will advise you go for like bigger brushes, similar style, similar design, but larger ones. Okay, so this is our very first brush, our concealer brush. Now our second brush is this brush right here. This is my Morphe M513 brush. Unfortunately, Morphe has discontinued this brush, but when I did my last purchase from Morphe about 2 years ago at this point, I bought about 12. So I have a lot of these brushes. Vicabel, it's a Nigerian brand. They also have this in their eye brush set. White Glam Beauty used to have this kind of brush in their eye brush set. This, my Morphe M513 brush, is my transition brush. I use it to apply the first light shade I would use in my transition area. We'll get into all of that further down the line, just on my eye. I use this brush to just blend everything in so that it's seamless. This brush has a round ferrule, like it is rounded, it's not pinched in anywhere. The bristles are tapered, slightly tapered, so it doesn't have a blunt cut as such at the tip. It's just tapered and it has a rounded ferrule right here. Okay, that is the kind of brush I like to use to apply my transition color, and that's the second brush you will need for any eye makeup look. The third brush you will need is this brush right here, and this one I have in my hand right now is the Morphe M433 blending brush. This Morphe brush, if you know the Sigma E25 brush, is similar to the Mark 217, is similar. Sedona had a brush like this. I don't know if that brand is even still in existence. It's similar. Delium Tools had the Delium 776 brush or so. It's similar. Most brush companies now, they have this kind of brushes. What kind of brush is this? This is the crease blending brush. I use this to apply darker shades in my crease area. You are thinking now, hey, you've started Ivy, where's my crease area? Don't worry, we're going to go into that, I think, in part 3, where we talk about all the eye shapes and makeup terminologies. But for now, I'm just trying to tell you what the brush will do eventually. It's one part at a time, okay? This part is all about the brushes. Calm down, that one is coming. So you just use this to apply shadow in your crease, darker shades. This brush is pinched in right here at the ferrule, like it's pinched in. It's not rounded like the first one I showed you, and it's tapered, like it's almost flat here, which makes it easy for it to enter into the crease of the eye. That is the third brush we have here. The fourth brush is an eyeshadow brush. Now, it's typical for people to own 2 eyeshadow brushes. You know, you have the one you can use to pack on glitters or shimmery shadows, and the ones that go for matte shadows. But since you are a beginner, I will not want to stress you to start getting A and getting B and getting C and getting D. No need. You are going to get only one eyeshadow brush. This one I have here is the Royal Cosmetic Connection eyeshadow brush. Personally, I prefer eyeshadow brushes that are small, so it helps with placement of shadow on the lid, which is what you do with an eyeshadow brush. No matter how clumsy you are, because the bristles are really small and tiny, and you can see this one right here has a lot of give, like it is very, very flexible. You can just use it to pack on color, shadow on the lid, and it does a very, very good job. So if you're trying to get ones that have a little bit of give to them, I think Sigma has the Sigma E54 brush, similar brush to this, but that one is slightly bigger than this, but it works as well. So that is the fourth brush on our list. The fifth brush on our list today is this Sigma E30 pencil brush, which looks just like this, has a point to the tip of the bristles, right? So this is one of those brushes that is rounded right here at the ferrule, and then you have densely packed bristles that comes up to a point. What do I use this pencil brush for? I use this to smudge color underneath my lower lash line. I like to do that because there's just something it does. It ties in the entire look. These are the little things you do that is the difference between you and someone who did not watch this video at all, who did not go to makeup class at all. Okay, I also use this to apply like black or very, very deep coffee shadow in the outer V of my eye. Once more, you're looking at me and thinking, Ivy, you have come again. What is outer V? In the part 3 of our beginners eye glam series, we're going to be doing parts of the eye. I said this earlier. I will show you what outer V is. You will know it, but just know here that this brush is going into the outer V. Okay, so that is the fifth brush on our list today. Now the sixth and final brushes on our list today, you can get either of. Okay, this is called a concealer buffing brush. I have a bigger size and a smaller size. I use either or, but because personally I prefer the bigger one, but because you people are beginners and you might find it a bit difficult, let's leave this aside and then we use this one right here. It's called a concealer buffing brush. Now, what do you do with a concealer buffing brush? Personally, I like to use this concealer buffing brush to clean up the concealer from underneath my eyebrows. See, so you use your concealer brush we mentioned earlier to just carve it and shape it and just, you know, make it look neat, and then you use this concealer buffing brush to buff it in so that it's well blended. In case you maybe also made a mistake or something and you had to now go on top of the brows with concealer, you can also use this concealer. It's quite small and it's quite dense, and the bristles are just so soft and they really blend concealer really well. You just use it on top of the brows as well to buff out the concealer. So these are the 6 brushes that you're going to be needing for any eye makeup look that you can do, like natural, full glam. So these are the 6 brushes that you will need for any eye makeup look: neutral, natural eye makeup look, full glam makeup look. You don't need any other brush. As a beginner, I have so many more brushes, so many more brushes. If you go through my previous videos on this channel, I already do makeup tutorials, you will see that I have so many brushes. But you see these 6 brushes I am sharing with you today. If you own these 6 brushes, there is no eye makeup look that you cannot do. You cannot like recreate and get it looking almost professionally done. Okay, so part 1, now we've covered the brushes you are going to be needing for this beginners eye glam series, and the part 2, which is going to be coming up next, we're going to be talking about the makeup products you are going to be needing for any eye glam. So just take your time now, get your makeup brushes, and I'll see you over in part 2. Bye guys.